Hey guys, this is IX with the Rollout Reviews, bringing you another DX Kamen Rider Ghost unboxing. This time it is the GanGun Saber. This is Kamen Rider Ghost's main sword weapon here. It can transform into like 4 different weapons, and it comes with the DX Musashi icon in red here. Musashi was like a famous samurai who mastered the art of fighting with 2 swords and taught a bunch of other people about it. He wrote some scrolls or something like that. Anyway, he's really cool looking. On the back here, shows everything it can do. It can also combine with some other toys in the line to turn into even more weapons. I really love the concept of the GanGun Saber. Kamen Rider these days has been all about, like, versatile weapons that can do a bunch of things, but this sort of takes it to a new level. It's like a sword that can turn into 3 other things, and then also combine with more toys to turn into even more weapons. There's just so much playability going on here, and I love it. But let's crack right into it. Where is my knife? Here it is. Okay. Just the usual tape on the side here. And the usual cardboard insert. Anything else inside there? Nope. Okay, let me run around here and bring the camera down. This is probably going to be a usual thing. Should get some like official music for this or something. That'd be a thing. Probably not. That sounds like a lot of work. Anyway, here we go. We got the instructions like usual. Do we have another card in here? Like a Musashi card? Like the Gamma Rising card we got with the Ghost Driver? Yes? No? No, doesn't look like it. But there are the instructions. That's pretty extensive. I should probably twist my viewfinder so I can actually see what's going on from this side. Set those over there. We don't need those. What are you crazy? All right. Okay, here is the GanGun Saber. First, we have the Musashi icon. Once again, in red. This is actually a really nice red. I don't know, in pictures it kind of looked more like a bright toy looking red, but this is like a nice candy cane red. Oh, by the way, they have like QR codes on the back here that you can use to unlock something online. I actually don't know if I'm going to use it, but for good measure, I'm just going to cover it up. Who knows? If I already showed it earlier or in the last video by accident, then I don't really care. But yeah, I don't know. I just for good measure. I guess I just don't want to exclude anybody because I feel like once you activate the QR code, it sort of uses up the icon. It's like a person-by-person basis. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Here is the Musashi icon, and this is the missing 01 I was talking about in the last video. Edison is 02, Musashi here is 01, and his face is like a couple of swords put together there, which just looks really cool. So, of course, you have the standard lens, camera, iris face there. And you press that and you get 01. Press it again, you get the Musashi face. Press it a 3rd time, you get like a twin sword slash attack. And then you go back to the iris there. Set this off to the side and take the rest of the toy out. So obviously, being a role-play toy for children, it is much smaller than it actually appears in the show. And in this case, like, very much so. The GanGun Saber is massive in the show. But yeah, you have this tiny segment here, and then you have the main portion. That's kind of a gun portion here, but let's see, how do I Okay, there's the switch for turning it on. There should be something to straighten this out. Ah, this eye back here is a button, and that allows you to do, that's cool. I like that. This side is painted though. That's nice as well. Anyway, and then you have this, which goes on there, and there is the GanGun Saber. It's pretty small. I mean, it is a children's toy, so it's not gonna be very big. It is kind of shockingly tiny. As I understand, it's also fairly big compared to some of the other Kamen Rider roleplay swords, so that's kind of disconcerting. If this is one of the bigger ones, then well, that's a thing. It's got a trigger here. It's got some stuff at the bottom. Of course, we can't really do anything with it unless we got batteries in it, so I'm going to jump cut really quickly here and put the batteries inside. Just like the belt, this actually takes 3 AAAs, I believe. So I'll go do that, and I'll come right back. Alright, so here we are back with the batteries in place. I have the covers off here. Unlike the Ghost driver, you actually do require a screwdriver here. They're actual proper screw covers, but it does look like maybe the screw is actually like attached in there so it can't fall out. I don't know about that. I'm not going to risk losing it, but it seems that that could be the case. And then, of course, you screw the covers back on. So, a little less clever than the screw covers on the driver, but still decently designed regardless. You have 2 of them. You have 2 batteries in the base here, which I imagine are for the sounds. And then you have another battery in here, which is to power an LED in the top section, I believe. Again, I have not turned it on yet, so I'm going to be doing this for the first time, and hopefully you've stuck around to experience it along with me. I'm going to set the Eyecon off to the side and discover everything this can do. GanGun Saber! GanGun Saber! So there you go. Where's the speaker, by the way?
GanGun Saber!
I don't actually know where the speaker is. Oh, back here, I believe, actually, right there. So maybe this battery is for the speaker? I don't know. Maybe the speaker and the lights, and then sounds and something. I don't know. There's also like a UV sensor in here, and it interacts with the belt in a really cool way. I actually have no idea how it works, but it's pretty cool. So is this on? Yes. For the 3rd time. It lights up blue here, there, and then by pressing this, lights up orange here. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. Makes a slashy sound. So that's cool. Then what else does it do like this? Anything? I don't think so. So before I transform it, I actually do want to bring in the belt here. Here's the Ghost driver. And I don't know how this works, but we're going to try it. So, like, you line up this eye with this eye, and it does an eye contact. I don't know if it's in the belt or if there's something to do with the Eyecon. I very much doubt it actually has to do with the Eyecon. But I'm going to put an Eyecon in regardless. I don't have it turned on, so that's fun. Still getting used to this. I don't know the ins and outs of it yet. Gotta press that. Also gotta put it in properly. I am just off right now. For the record, I absolutely love the Ore jingle. I think it's my favorite jingle so far. It's so catchy. Anyway, from here, I think I just line the 2 up. Do I have to... There we go. This is the weapon. And the belt just activated all that remotely, which is awesome. I love this tune, by the way. It's a well done sound there. That sounds good. Anyway, here is I guess it's the Saber mode. And Omega Break is its special attack there. GanGun is like is some kind of pun, I'm sure. I don't know exactly what it means. If I put it through Google Translate, I think it says like Punisher or something. I don't know. I don't exactly know. I'll be completely honest. I could be completely wrong. But GANGUNMINAA, I guess, is very similar to BACHEMINA, so it's like get ready or something like that. Anyway, from here, it transforms into something new. So first, you got a button here. You also have a button here, and I think this is the one that disengages this section. All right. So it makes sounds when we do that. So, from here, let's turn it into the gun mode, which so far is what Edison form uses. And then this slides on. It's actually... Okay, that makes a sound for a different weapon. I just realized. But put that in like that, and it's a gun now. Now this is actually fairly decently sized. Like as a sword, it's tiny. As a gun, that isn't bad. I don't think it's as big as it is in the show, but that's not bad. So it doesn't seem like there's much of a barrel of any kind. I guess you could consider that the barrel, or like maybe these vents molded in here and here. Like, I don't know. I don't really know. Doesn't really seem like a barrel, but whatever. At least there's not like an orange cap at the end of it. It doesn't look too much like a gun that they need something like that, which is much appreciated. But anyway... going on there? I don't know. It's like an electric gun for Edison. Like shoots electricity out of it, and it has a yellow thing going there. Yellow light. That's the word. It's not a thing. It's a light. Billy the Kid form also uses this, so there's that. But anyway, it also has a attack. I think it's interesting that you need the belt to activate these sounds in this toy. So like if you don't have the belt, you just have a whole slew of sounds that you can't actually activate, which is just, it's kind of interesting in that way. Kind of a little bit smarmy, but whatever. I mean, why would you get this without getting the driver? I don't know. Anyway, let's see if we can eye contact. Hello? Does it... Alright, so it turns out I'm dumb. This actually isn't like a UV sensor on this side, that's just a screw. I didn't look at it close enough. And the sensor, the remote sensor, I don't know if it's UV, but it's some kind of sensor. In fact, UV's light, so it probably can't be that. Anyway, it's on this side, basically. Long story short, you're supposed to hold it with your right arm, so it makes sense that you'd scan it like that. Anyway, there we go. I'm sorry. Makes the same jingle there. I love that. Omega shoot this time. And same yellow down there and multiple colors, I'm sure. And then it just makes the normal. So there you go. Next, we have, I'll just keep the driver over in the corner here. Next, we have the double swords form. for Musashi, which is the icon that comes with this, and I'll get to the icon once I deal with this, so don't worry about that. This other side comes out like that. And then, you got a button here that extends this. So you have this tiny little sword here. And then you have this sword. So now you have two swords. That's how that works. 1 + 1 = 2. So yeah, this is the Musashi form weapon. And I did actually accidentally press this and show this off earlier, but it makes a slightly different sound. It's got a red LED for Musashi. And then, of course, it also makes it's a really cool sound. Omega Slash! So that's awesome. And then one final form. This isn't even my final form. One final form is putting this back together and then attaching this at the bottom, I believe. And then, oh yeah, that makes a new sound. This is the Naginata form. It's not really a Naginata, it's more like a double-bladed sword, but that's what they're calling it, so that's what I'm gonna call it. And this thing is really cool in the show. Makes kind of like a swooping slash effect. Every other sound is different. That might have been the case for all the other ones, I can't be entirely sure. But this also, of course, has its own attack. Omega Stream, and that is one of the coolest finishers in the show so far. So yeah, there is the GanGun Saber and all of the sounds it does on its own and with the driver alone. Like I said, it also combines with some other toys in the line to, there's a button down here to deactivate that, to disengage that. It combines with some other toys in the line to activate even more sounds, which is kind of awesome. But yeah, that is it just with the driver itself. A lot of really cool stuff there. Now that we did that, let's take a look at the Musashi icon, finally. God knows how long into this video. So, pull out Ore, then put in Musashi. 01. So there you go, that's cool. That phrase says something about slashing swords and an amazing swordsman. Something like that. Something about swords. And then, of course, from the top, you have the Musashi face and the 01. And then, pulling out again, gives us the Omega Drive. That actually did sound like a different sound, but I could be crazy. Maybe they do have different sounds. The explosion all sounds the same, but everything before that could potentially be different. I'd have to test that a bit more. Again, this is just kind of first impressions. And then, pulling it 4 times. Omedama! Also, it's probably worth noting that the icons don't actually, it can't actually read what face the icon is on, so it expects you to put it in with the number, or in the Ore icon's case, the G first. But if I like put it in with just the slash Omega Drive face, see, it's just on the... It's on the lens eye, but it just thinks that it's on the face eye, which is a little unfortunate. But there we go. Set the belt over there and get the sword back in place. So there is the GanGun Saber. Much like the belt, it's a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot more that you can do with it later down the line as more stuff is released. As I said, I just love the system, how you can transform it between modes, and then also combine it with more toys to make even more sounds. That's ridiculously cool to me. There's a bunch of like buttons all the way around it that putting this in different spaces and then attaching other things onto, pressing multiple buttons at the same time, activates different sounds. And you could probably activate those sounds actually without the toys it combines with, but it's more fun to wait and get the toys that are meant to activate those sounds. But until then, that is about it, guys, and this is IX Rollout IX signing off.